Glory to the Emperor of Mankind who sits upon the golden throne upon Holy Terra itself. How you guys doing? I made a poll recently a couple days ago, and an overwhelming majority of you voted yes to playing through this. But there was one comment, I'll try to remember to put it up on screen here. He's like, don't do it for us, do it for the Emperor. And it just struck a chord in my heart. I'm like, you know what, this man speaks truth. I'm pretty sure many of you have already watched a playthrough of this game. I know I have, but I found some mods, or I found a mod. I think it's called the Ultima 40K mod in Nexus Mods. I'll try to find it if I can, and I'll even link the guide to it. If I forget, just comment down below and ask me to link the mod itself. But yeah, you can actually play as either the Blood Angels, the Grey Hunters, the Black Templars, and I think the Ultramarines as well. And you can give Captain Titus a helmet. But yeah, I'm going to be playing through as the Black Templars because they're the most badass, of course. But if you don't know anything about 40K, I'll try to give some lore dumps. One cool thing about the Black Templars is there's something called the Codex Astartes that will be referenced throughout the game, for example. And it's just this guidebook or rule book that was created by Rebute Gilliman, one of the 20 Primarchs. And it just basically states that Space Marine legions back in 30K were broken up into 1,000 Marine chapters. But they had this one exception rule, which was as long as you declare a crusade, you can overwrite that 1,000 Marine limit. And so the Black Templars are screw this, we're gonna call it Eternal Crusade, and they've been crusading ever since they've been founded. And I think they're at 10,000 Marines, I think, right now in the 42nd millennium. But yeah, let's get started. I'm gonna play on normal because I don't want to die. In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. The human faction in 40K is called the Imperium of Man, and they have these places called Forge Worlds, and they're just basically factory worlds that produce arms like tanks and weaponry. Titans, for example, which are these 100-meter tall weapon machines that walk around and destroy everything. Exterminatus is basically a planet cracker. If you don't want anything on the planet's surface to live and you don't want the planet to live, just drop an Exterminatus. Adeptus Astartes is just a fancier word for Space Marines. The Ultramarines. The Ultramarines, of course, is an original founding chapter. One of the original 20 legions that was formed during the Great Crusade. Also, this mod stated that it has some weapon balances and adds new weapons, so this is going to be completely new to me, so we'll see how this works. Oh my god, it actually does work. There's a bunch of Black Templars in the background. And Captain Titus looking sick.
Captain Titus, the orcs have massacred the Forge World's forces. and they have taken the planetary defense weapons.
Clever of the damned orcs. Keeps us off their backs while they loot the Titan war machine.
Brace for evasive maneuvers.
Pilot, report.
Southern engine is dead, Sergeant. We're losing altitude.
Get the ship to safety. Find another way down.
Aye, Captain. Thunderbolt Lancer Jones returning to launch.
It seems like a missed opportunity that they couldn't change the jump packs to Black Templars as well. Looks a little weird having Black Templars running with Ultramarine jump packs.
This is your plan.
We need to get to the surface to take out the gun battery. We don't want to go home already, Sergeant.
Not before having a word or two with the orcs.
Orcs are just a Xenos race that live off of war.
Try to keep up.
So the voice lines were quiet there. I'll post-edit this to make them louder, but I'll fix them as soon as this cutscene ends. 40K is just essentially like this grand scale of just nothing but war. Okay, let's just change this real quick. Audio log. Space Marines. Now, of course, we're fighting some Gretchens right here. They're like the slaves to orcs, essentially. Uni guys that work for the orcs. Generally repair their equipment, handle their equipment. Now, of course, we're wielding a bolt pistol here. Space Marine weaponry is just essentially using mini guided rockets that explode on impact. Essentially, they drill through the target. All right, okay. And of course, the great thing about 40K is that there's executions in this game. They don't clip through.
Get off my ship, Space Marine!
Space Marine. I'm interested to see if what kind of new weapons that the mod adds, or if there is going to be. It did say that there's going to be new weapons, of course, but now, of course, Space Marines, if you didn't know, are genetically engineered humans that have gone through like rigorous training, essentially, and they've taken the Emperor's gene seed and a bunch of growth spurts. They're super strong. Well, they need to be strong for all the horrors that they face in 40K. I gotta admit, Captain Titus and Black Templar's gear, much better than Ultramarines' gear. And of course, some of you might have seen that the second iteration of this game is coming out soon, so I'll definitely be playing that because Lord knows any fan of 40K has been waiting for a 40K Space Marine game 2 for like 10 years now. You might be wondering what those studs are in his forehead. If I remember correctly, every stud is either 50 years of service or 100 years of service. I can't remember specifically. Okay, so
Captain Titus, come in. Damned orcs shot me off course. I've had no word from Leandros, but I'm picking up Vox chatter from Imperial Guard forces on the ground.
I scarcely thought anyone would be left alive, much less still fighting.
Heading towards the front lines now.
I will meet you there.
Also, Space Marines have been conditioned to feel no fear, or control their fear, of course.
Remain calm. Evacuate in orderly fashion. Public services not tolerated. Access
Ooh, relic
authorized.
bolter. Alright, there we
Emperor
go.
be with you, Space Marine.
Okay. A .998 Godwin pattern bolters the characteristic Space Marine battle rifle, firing its self-propelled explosive tipped rounds. Nice.
This way, boys.
I'm gonna kill it.
Yeah, this is why you don't want to mess with a Space Marine and his bolter gun.
Kill him!
Not then.
The humans all alone.
Yeah, that's your first mistake, dude. You need overwhelming firepower and numbers and odds to take on a Space Marine, even a single one.
Captain,
Destroy them!
here they come.
They got no way out of there.
Pick up ammo, how convenient.
Kill them Space Marines!
You wanna know what's OP? A single Space Marine. What's more OP? 2 Space Marines. Yo, chill, Leandros.
Leandros. Are you wounded?
The Codex Astartes warns against using jump packs to leap blindly into enemy fire, and for good reason.
Your days as a novice are behind you. Why do you still interpret the Codex so narrowly?
I look to its rules for guidance.
We all do. But there are also benefits to thinking for yourself, Leandros.
Yeah, Leandros already has the helmet, dude. He doesn't need another one. Yeah, like I said earlier,
Enemy sighted.
Codex Astartes is basically like a rule book or a guidebook for Space Marines. It's like how to handle combat. I think Dawn of War 2 had a verse line where the Space Marines should always try to back up and coerce enemies into heavy bolter fire teams, which is like a bolter but like a heavier variant, and it spits out a lot of bolter fire. But yeah, it's basically like a rule book or a guidebook.
Scanning, Captain.
Sedona's picked up local Imperial Guard communications. They survived under the shadow of that gun. I want to know how.
Personal message cache. Lodgements on this Alexander. Must be winning back home. No snow here, that's for certain. We've been diverted to a forge wound under Orc attack. The defenders are all dead. The Orcs are killing everyone on the planet. We're the only Imperial Guard in the sector. Fleet's on the way. We're a couple of weeks now. We're in for a hard fight.
Damn right you are.
Keep firing! Keep firing!
Oh damn, I couldn't save that guardsman.
Kill everything!
Yeah, how are you gonna kill everything in path when I'm in the path? There's no team fire, right? No, okay, good. Wouldn't want to accidentally kill the guardsman. You know, Dark Tide recently came out, but man, I wish we had that kind of armor. Missed opportunity, honestly.
My lord, you have saved us.
Rise, guardsmen. You saved yourselves. We thought you did.
We would be, my lord, if not for the lieutenant.
Where will we find this lieutenant?
At the front lines. Follow the trench network to the lieutenant's command bunker.
Carry on, guardsmen. We rendezvous with Sedona's, then we find this lieutenant. We need updated intel on the gun battery. Through him.
A little tidbit of information. They say lieutenant, which basically means the guy is to your left.
Hey, my lords. Head out the upper level and continue through the plaza. The bunker is beyond that.
But that's what British say, and that's basically what, from my understanding, that's what the voice lines are from.
Remarkable. A few hundred against 1 million orcs, and they fight on.
What?
Only a death.
No. Get off! My legs. I can't feel my legs.
I got to see a space marine before the end.
God, Emperor. Watch over those who fight in your name.
Is that guy's arm off? No, okay. As you can tell, being a guardsman's not fun. You basically get like a puny flashlight and you have to fight the horrors of the galaxy.
Captain, I'm in position at a broken monument near the guard lines.
Quotas must be met. Despite alien incursions, delinquency is an affront to the people.
Oh, there's a Sergeant Vindus, I believe that's his name.
Sergeant, I see you found something to keep you busy.
Worry not, Captain. I've saved some orcs for you. The orcs have got that gun well defended, no mistake. But typical orc behavior would be to dismantle or destroy the gun.
And certainly not use it to keep our forces at bay. There's a strategy behind it. Their leader is no fool.
This day is getting interesting.
We're in for a proper
I
fight.
encountered the orc during our jump to the surface.
That was the orc ship I saw crash near.
Chainsword, gimme, gimme, gimme.
If the Horde hasn't turned on itself, it's still under his control.
Okay, so the Mark 11 Hell's Teeth Chainsword is a close combat weapon of choice from among many Space Marines, combining terrifying power and great speed. Basically, a chainsword is like a chainsaw, but into a sword.
Kill every last one of them!
If you thought Space Marines are scary, wait until you find one that's a chainsword. Is there a secret over here? Secret. Spice Marines. Is it just ammo? Come on, there's gotta be some orcs that I can execute.
Target that squig!
It's a little too late. Little too late. I think more bullets in a situation like this would be better.
Look out, dropship!
And more ammo.
There's too many of them. They never stop. Space Marines!
Okay, that was a waste of a barrel. I think this mod also rebalances the... Yeah, I think they're actually... Yeah, they do end up killing targets. Because in the original game, without the mod, these guys don't do any damage to the NPCs or to the AI. Which is a shame. I think a lot of... Like, if you're a game developer and you want to capture the feeling of a game, you should have your allies help out and, you know, damage and kill targets with you. But it makes it feel more like a battlefield instead of just like you doing everything and then just existing.
Dropship incoming!
Realistically, sustained bolter gun fire would destroy the ship. Ooh, it's an orc knob. Lord knows he's not going to be able to reach us before he dies.
Space Marines, thank you. We thought we were done for.
Where is your commander, guardsman?
Inside, but the door is sealed.
I believe they will let us through. Imperial Guard, we are Ultramarines. Open this door.
No, we're Black Templars.
Space Marines.
You know, I don't know if any of you have played the Star Wars Republic Commandos. I might do a playthrough of that. I own that game too, but there's like this scene in one of the first missions where you walk into a bunker and the regular clones are like happy to see commandos.
Are headed here from the south. Gretchen stuck a knife in Saul's throat some nights.
Scout support sector 31 is completely bombed out. No survivors. Just bodies everywhere.
Reinforce their position, hold the line, and stay alive.
Aye, Lieutenant.
Orc attack at Outpost Gala.
Thank the Emperor.
Thank the corpse emperor, you mean?
2nd Lieutenant Mira, 203rd Cadian Regiment.
Captain Titus of the Ultramarine.
Black Templars.
You are in command.
I'm all that's left, my lord. Unless my commanders rise from the grave. So far, they seem content to stay put.
Lieutenant, the scouts have returned to forward base.
How many?
2.
Damn. I sent out 10. That damn gun. We don't have the numbers to make an assault. And as you might have seen, it's shooting down all our support vessels.
That is why we are here. Leave the gun to us.
Come with me, then. I should warn you, my lords. We've got a slight orc problem down here.
More gear.
Genetic scan complete. Adeptus Astartes. Access authorized.
Alright, you have now gained Fury every time you damage enemies. Once in full Fury, use T to enter Fury mode. All your close combat attacks are enhanced. You regain health. Fury mode drains the Fury meter. Ending it is when it's empty.
The Titans on this planet?
Only that our troops were sent to guard the Titan Invictus at Manufactorum Ajakis. But that was 2 weeks ago, and we've lost contact with them.
We need to reach that Titan.
Your fastest route is across the rail bridge behind the gun complex. It leads directly to the western gates of the Manufactorum.
Now, as you heard, she was speaking about a Titan. These giant war machines, like probably taller than that gun.
Stuck on bloody Forge World and not a single tech priest in sight.
But yeah, these Titans are really absolutely useful in battlefields, and they're relics essentially, which is why they would happily send guardsmen to defend them. Yeah, as you saw earlier, the guardsmen stand up when they see Space Marines. Even the one guardsman said earlier, oh, I got to see one in the end. Space Marines are super rare. There's like, probably, if I had to guess, like somewhere between 1 million to like 1.5 million in all of the Imperium of Man, which puts it around like, there's trillions upon trillions of humans.
Not in the disease ward, Dominus. What's wrong with her?
Orc projectile to the leg, Magos Cassian.
Amputations are down the hall.
Very well, I shall prepare for the implant grafting.
No implants. Just get rid of her leg and stitch her up fast. We're at war.
Not even prosthetics? Question mark.
Kill the Space Marines! Kill them all!
I also think the rebalancing made the bolt guns more effective, because realistically you only need one bolt shell to take out an orc, unless it's like an orc knob or an orc war boss, or if they have heavy armor. Now what I'm using here is a heavy bolter. It's just like a bolt gun, but more heavier, I guess. These are what, oh, I can tear it off actually. Yeah, these are what heavy Space Marine support teams use to suppress the enemy, essentially.
The Orcs hold the trenches beyond the walls and the battlements beyond that.
And the gun battery?
The Orcs took it almost as soon as we got here, nearly 2 weeks ago. Our unit was the only one to make landfall before they gained control. Now none of our ships can get past the gun.
The Space Marine 2 game, actually, the trailer shows Captain Titus fighting Tyranids, which I would say Tyranids are much worse to deal with than orcs. Stalker bolter. Okay, Stalker bolter is essentially just a bolter with a scope and a silencer, used for long range engagements.
That's where the Orcs breached the gun battery. We haven't been able to make it inside the wall. There just aren't enough of us.
You have survived this long on your own, Lieutenant. You have done well. But you are no longer alone. We will retake the gun. You will get your reinforcements.
I'll hold you to that, Captain.
Now, of course, you might see that Leandra's here. You might notice that Sergeant Vindus and Leandros, like, they look different compared to me. Of course, if you move up the ranks, you get like better crafted gear. Like, you can make it look different, of course.
Orcs on the high ground.
Not the high ground.
Crush the Space Marine!
When are the orcs gonna learn that one or two Space Marines is not, or one or two orcs is not enough to deal with a Space Marine?
Just get the ship out of orbit, pilot. Lieutenant Miller, the orcs cut off our reinforcements.
Damn it. I suggest we move the unit to a more defensible position, sir.
Do it, and make sure...
Someone didn't survive.
Space Marines!
Orcs on the move!
I see orcs and I see barrels.
Once we get through these battlements, we will use the breach caused by the rock to enter the gun fortress.
Kill the Space Marine! Space Marine!
I think there's ammo. Oh, it's just ammo. Alright, we're going close quarters here. I believe it was 2 years ago, or maybe 3 years ago.
Look at these cables. They must be powering orc contraptions across the battlefield.
This game got revived and there was a huge multiplayer scene, which was kind of cool.
Captain,
for a bit.
Assault support pods were dropped in this area.
Gimme, gimme, gimme.
Take to the high ground, Captain. We will deal with the orcs down here.
To the skies, brother. Okay, interesting. He's one-handing the bolt gun and not using the bolt pistol. Boom. Spice Marines. Man, you can't hate orcs, dude. Just the way that they talk, they live just for fighting on the battlefield. What's not to love about that? Just give me 1 second, I will be back up. Oh, you're already dead. Something tells me there's a secret over there. No secret, really? Okay. I do hope that there's going to be multiplayer in the second Space Marine game. Because in the second one, it was like Chaos fighting Space Marines, like literally Space Marines, which was like a fun gameplay loop. Of course, it was, you know, you had it was pretty broken because if you ran with the, if anyone remembers, if you ran with the las cannon, you just snipe people in one shot, and there would be like no way to fight back. Or the melee would just be so janky that everyone was just spamming the melee attack button like this. And they would all be like attacking it past each other. Yeah, there's nothing over here as well.
To kill.
Here is the rock.
No room for that jump back, Captain. That rock delivered the orcs right into the gun fortress.
So if you don't know what a rock is, basically orcs have this ingenious tactic of throwing like moons or asteroids at a planet, and it'll have orcs inside them. But I think I'm gonna call it there. This video is 38 minutes long. I forgot to say it at the start, but do like this video and leave a comment so more people can end up watching it. But have yourselves a great day. See ya.